How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode here, and thanks again for visiting my channel. Today I have one of the coolest things ever, especially if you do a lot of iPhoneography. And every time I travel for pleasure, something that has nothing to do with professional production, so when I'm boarding a plane, I avoid at all costs to bring my actual professional equipment, such as the something like this here, which is the Sony UWP series. This is actually expensive, and it can be actually too big for a lot of what I want to do. I also have tried every single other brand related to budget wireless transmitters, receivers. They all suck, and they're too big as well. But when I actually opened the case here, I already knew what the size and everything is. But first of all, the price at the making of this video, you're talking about $115. And here's the thing right here, it comes with this nice little case here, EVA case, and this is what's inside. This is the actual WM wireless system here by GVM, and I cannot believe, I knew in the pictures how small this thing is, but I'm talking about this small here. Look at that. So as soon as I unboxed this thing, because I was disappointed with other cheaper lavalier systems here, so I was thinking about this is one more thing is gonna absolutely suck, but it didn't. It's extremely light, and as soon as I actually tested the range of this thing here, I fell in love with this thing, and I finally found the perfect solution for my iPhone. Of course, you can actually plug this on the back of any camera. The C100 Mark II has a little microphone, you know, when you don't mount the XLR handle thing here. It has a microphone jack, which you can perfectly even use this for professional applications, I guess. But this unit here is rated for 100 feet, and they actually did 100 feet because I actually walked 100 feet and it didn't do anything, didn't drop out. As long as you don't block the antenna, or if you are like a big person, maybe wearing a jacket, and when you turn away, it might do something. But the test that I did here for what I'm gonna do with it is absolutely perfect. I know I can actually, for example, mic my wife with this thing here. Hi, we are in Florida here, this particular beach or whatever. This works perfectly for me. I am blown away with this thing. And again, it's a tiny little size because I don't want a lavalier that's like this big for doing something like this here. This is what I'm gonna be using this primarily with. So whatever device you have that accepts a 1/8 of an inch TRS jack, you will accept this particular device here. So when you open this case here, you're gonna find the transmitter, the receiver. It comes with the actual lavalier piece, iOS lightning cable, 2 USB mini, comes with a built-in lithium-ion battery, so you have to charge, and you cannot put like a AA or AAA batteries here. And it also comes with the adapter here. This is actually some sort of a Bluetooth thing that I gotta talk about this later here. My experience with these things, as soon as I see this aftermarket little lightning cables here, I know this stuff usually 95% is not going to work. And guess what? This does not work with my iPhone. What happens is when I actually have everything ready to go, you plug the lightning cable here and whatnot, and then I turn on the camera there. The first thing that happened, the thing that makes your phone vibrate, it was actually pulsing. It was like tuck, 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 tuck. So I knew something wasn't right, so I immediately ejected this out of here. I tried like 10 times, forget about this. I thought this thing wasn't gonna work on my iPhone. Nope, you just need the iPhone, the original Apple, good to go, perfect. I was so happy. While this item was in transit to here, I was trying to look for another review on YouTube regarding this device here, at least in English. Apparently there's only one person so far that have reviewed this product here, because this is apparently a brand new release from GVM. I wasn't even aware GVM makes this type of stuff. I thought it was only lighting and batteries. You know, they also make C-stands, and they also make tripods. Camera tripods, actually heavy duty tripods. I had no idea they made this here, and I think I'm gonna review those next if they want to send this to me here. And just a quick disclosure here, GVM has sent this device to me here to test it out, and I get to keep the item, but I'm not paid to say anything. This video is not sponsored by GVM. There's no preview. The same time you guys are watching the video, this is the same exact time the first time they're gonna see this video. All I do is to upload my content on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. So I was actually watching the other guy reviewing this transmitter receiver thing here. So one unit, actually when he actually powered on, it came with at least 50% of charge, but I think the receiver did not come with any juice on it. So hopefully that's not gonna do what I think is gonna happen here, because so if I decide to pre-charge this thing here, you know, wait like a week or something, and then I open the box again here, and then one has charged and the other one is dead, so I hope that this doesn't actually drain the battery while it's off, while this one here doesn't drain. So I don't know. I just got this here, so I can't tell right now, but if I find something that happens to be the case, I'm gonna be putting on the description there to let you guys know what's going on here. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. But what actually sold me on this particular system here is because, first of all, how tiny this thing is, and also the quality of the sound, because a lot of cheaper units, for example, when you are quiet and then have everything plugged in, and then as soon as you start whispering or any like noise that this thing starts to capture, start to generate some weird tones, like I don't know, it's like something weird in the background that's gonna be on your recordings. And then again, when I received this thing, I thought it was gonna be a joke and a waste of my time. As soon as I plugged this thing here and put the lavalier that came with this unit, headphone on and everything on my Tascam DR100 Mark II, and even on the iPhone here, like I heard nothing but like my voice. There's no hissing, there's no artifacts in the background, there's no nothing. And also the range, 100 feet, it actually did close to 100 feet in normal situations, because unless you block this thing here like this, or if you are like a big person wearing a jacket and then you turn away, I'm gonna be actually including those tests in the video. For right now, I haven't tested this, only walked my neighbor's house in front of my house here, which was about over 100 feet, and this thing still kept going. So like I said, I'm gonna be primarily using this for my iPhoneography, but you know, this can actually fit in any device that accepts a regular headphone standard size, an 8-inch TRS cable. So my Tascam DR100 Mark III has XLR, but also accepts the regular microphone jack. The C100 Mark II, if you're not having the XLR with the whole handle thing, it also accepts the same little microphone kind of thing here. So DSLR, mirrorless cameras. So this thing is actually pretty versatile, but again, I'm going to be using this primarily for my iPhone. And this microphone here sounds pretty decent. Again, this is only $115 for everything, the transmitter, receiver, the microphone, the whole package, right? But you can also use other microphones, I would assume, because they all operate on the same kind of voltage. So even if you have an expensive lavalier microphone, you can use it, but it will defeat the purpose, because if you want everything expensive, you want to buy a Sennheiser or a Sony UWP or Electrosonics lavalier system, right? So just to make sense here, to keep things in a budget, just you can use everything that came in the box, no need to upgrade anything. So in the box here, you're gonna find this microphone here. The size of this is not the smallest lavaliers that you've seen, but it's not that huge either, especially if you want to hide. You can actually remove this particular clip here and remove the little foam here. So this is the size of the microphone here. So when you actually plug it in the shirt here, it looks like that. You can also hide almost any lavalier, you know, inside the shirt here. So in my production, if I laugh somebody, I don't like to actually see the lavalier microphone, even though if it is acceptable, like a talk show kind of thing, everybody's laughed on TV, like the way you see, but I don't like it, so I always hide the microphone. So the cheapest alternative to do that is to get a gaffer tape and fold it into a little triangle, and then you want to make a sandwich, you know, front and back, and put the lavalier in the middle there, and then glue it to the shirt here, and it will stay. Most cases it works. And if you want to do a more professional approach on that, by Rycote, they make this undercovers here. B&H sells this item as well, and you should check it out. This is how they usually mic people in the movies, talk shows, because once the live show starts, you can't actually stop the show. Oh, the order number 4, the clothing is rubbing, you know, you can't stop that. This is when you actually use this particular thing here. This is not cheap, because you're going to be actually miking somebody every 15 minutes, and you know, but the way I do it, I just invoice the client. If I spend the whole 3 bags on this thing here, they paying for it. So whatever adapter they can think of it here, 1/4 inch or whatever that is, attenuators, angled, straight, I'm actually ready for war here, if you will. Weddings, corporate, industrial, whatever it is, I'm ready for, you know, because every day is a surprise when you go to see the DJ or audio guy there. You never know what's gonna happen. So the actual receiver, this thing almost disappeared when I connect this thing to my 1DX Mark II here. That's how tiny this thing is. I love the size of this thing here. This weighs absolutely nothing. So to connect this to the camera, all I have to do is to plug this in here on the line out, and to your camera's microphone here. This camera also have the ability to do not only mic, but actually line input. So even if you plug in the headphone jack here, this thing is actually gonna work. And to power it on, you just press and hold for 2 seconds. And there's the power, and there's nothing connected here, so this blue LED light is not gonna turn on until you have the other thing turned on. So to turn on the other one, you just turn this on here. And this one here features a display, and this one here somehow it does not. So the only thing that is going to be reading here is a display. Now you see the both lights are on here. Blue means everything is connected, everything is cool. So this is pretty much like, you know, very simple. You just power this on. This immediately comes on here. You are connected, and press record on the camera, mark the person, good to go. For convenience, this receiver also features a headphone jack here, so you can actually listen to what's going on between the A and B, which is the transmitter and receiver. But to actually hear the recording, right, you have to use the actual headphone from the camera. So a lot of the DSLRs, especially the budget ones, they don't come with a headphone jack. So at least you have the opportunity in listening at least to what's going on between the device itself, if there's a problem, wind or whatever. But again, it doesn't mean that this is the actual sound that you're gonna monitor when the camera is recording, unless, of course, your camera has a headphone jack. So don't confuse the two. And here's the transmitter, so everything that I wanted, they actually happen to put it in here. For example, the microphone gain control, right? You guys remember the Saramonic UW Mic 9 or 10 or whatever? Can you believe that device does not have a way to adjust the gain on the microphone? So if somebody shouts, your audio is gonna clip originating from the transmitter. So there's nothing you can do about it, right? So to adjust the gain on the microphone here, all you have to do is to quick press the power button here, and then there you go. There's your volume here. This is gonna actually quit in about 10 seconds. It goes back to the actual frequency here. So again, press the power button here quickly, and then you can actually do from volume 0 to 1 until 10. And at volume 10, I did not experience any clipping unless you really scream on the microphone. So in my particular case here, I found that to me the volume number 8 is the most suitable for most things. And if things get loud, you just reduce to a number 6 or 4 or whatever. And this particular one here operates on the 500 megahertz. So you can actually press this set button here once. You actually change the frequency. They say you can actually choose up to 20 different channels in here. I don't know yet how to do this, but you know, the menu is over there. So I'm not going to be making an hour-long video here. So at least you can quickly change the main frequencies. For example, I'm at 499.1. You press the set button here. That's 502, 505, 509, and then back to 499. That alone in my case you should do. But if you want to access the other 20 channels, you know, you got to read the manual for that. If the environmental recording there's too much bass or windy situations or whatever, there's also comes with the option to actually turn on the low frequency cutoff, whatever the thing is. But I actually like to leave it on because I like the full spectrum of the audio, just in case I have to use it. But just so you know, you have this feature available here as well. So to use your iPhone with this, I highly recommend that you actually buy something like this to mount everything. This whole thing is made of metal. I'm also going to be leaving a description here if you want to buy this thing here. So slide the phone there. This not only features a shoe mount, but it also has a 1/4 thread here, which is very convenient. I can just install it as you see here. There you go. And if you want this facing front, all you have to do is to adjust here and tighten it down. There you go, not going anywhere. Now, like I was saying before, this is useless. I'm just gonna toss this and use only my original Apple adapter. But you're still gonna need this Bluetooth thing that says Beats Audio for some reason. But you're still gonna need this because this is a TRRS, which is the microphone / headphone or whatever. And the output on this device here is only the regular stereo, you know, TRS. So you wanna plug everything together here. So one end, which is the regular TRS, you plug it on the line out. And then use your original Apple device and connect right here. That's simple. I also use the Filmic Pro, which is a professional way to record videos on your iPhone, right? So as you can see, you have the levels here, which is actually coming from the internal microphone here. So as soon as you plug that in, the audio should disappear because I don't have anything connected yet there. So there you go. There you go. There's no more audio, which is a good sign, right? Next, we're gonna be plugging the microphone right here. Then you plug this in your shirt here, and you should have the sound here. perfect. And you can also adjust your audio level from the application here, as you can see. So you can actually scream on this thing here, you're not gonna clip. And again, there's a way to adjust the gain of your microphone on the transmitter. So if it is too loud, you choose a volume 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. So this thing is perfect in every single way. I love this unit here. You can also use the regular app if you don't have this, or if you don't want to spend money on an app. And there you go. Select video. And then, so recording, test 1, 2, 3, and test 1, 2, 3. I'm also gonna make the little noise here to show you guys this is the actual recording. Press stop here. You have to eject the cable every single time. And here's the actual sound. So recording, test 1, 2, 3, and test 1, 2, 3. So even if you don't want to use a Filmic Pro app here, professional app, this thing records perfectly. So there you go. So as you can see, this thing works like flawlessly. You put this thing in here, run the cable here, plug the other end in there with the stupid Apple, whatever cable they want, right? Plug in the microphone here, this whole thing works in about 5 seconds. So it's even simpler when you use this on your DSLR camera because it doesn't require any adaptations like this here. All you need is this particular cable here. That's pretty much it. So if you want to plug this thing on your iPhone, you still need this here and plug the cable here. However, if you use this cable here that comes with, something's gonna come up as a beats or something, and your phone is gonna go a little crazy, it's gonna pulse or something, you know, something is not right with this cable here. So even though I have this Bluetooth device here that the iPhone sees it, you don't need Bluetooth. You are hooking it up straight. There's nothing connected to my Bluetooth regardless if the phone sees or not. I actually forgot the device so it doesn't come back again. So again, if you buy this thing here, just don't bother with this cable here. Just use your regular Apple original cable adapter here. And just so you know, this Bluetooth here is only detectable on your phone as soon as you use this in conjunction, for example. So as soon as you do this, and as soon as you do that, that's when the Bluetooth comes in. See, like beats. No idea what that is. I'm not gonna connect because as soon as you connect, the little hammer thing inside the phone is gonna be like tuck, 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 tuck. I don't like that. So as soon as you unplug this, forget about this junk here. So let's use the original Apple adapter. Let me X that out. So when you connect it here, nothing changes. So you no longer have anything in the air, no Bluetooth. This is just going to become an adapter from TRS to TRRS. That's pretty much it. You will need the original Apple adapter, so this no longer becomes a Bluetooth. Nothing pops up on your Bluetooth ID here, so this becomes a standard cable, so don't worry about the Bluetooth here. But unfortunately, with my tests here, at least for the iPhone, this is not going to work. And of course, if you want to hook up a power bank here, you can actually use while charging either the transmitter or the receiver. Even if the person actually wearing this thing here, put a power bank in the pocket with this thing together in the pocket there. So even the transmitter, you can actually charge at the same time while this thing is powered on. But with a single charge here, you can still use this for as long as 4 hours, which in most cases is plenty of time. And then it will take another hour and a half or so to charge it. I didn't really time it, but it doesn't take that long. So right now is the sound that you hear from the actual microphone that's included with the system here. And before I do anything else here, let me just show you guys how crystal clear and how quiet this system is here for $115. So I killed every single fan, anything that I got here, which was quiet as possible. So here's what you got. Anything else that you hear, here's the ambient noise in my studio. There's no way to, but I'm just going to show you guys how clean this thing is. There's no artifacts when you whisper, like, you know, anything you want to do. The way your mic is right here, right? So the pickup on this microphone, so I'm right in the front of the microphone here. So as you can see, everything is like pretty much the same. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Pretty nice. And just in case you want to hook up this to some kind of a church, you know, the little gooseneck thing that you attach to the microphone, somebody's reading something in the church, in case you want to use this system over there. So let's do some plosive tests over here. And this is the actual distance that you're probably going to be having the microphone, right? Because the closer the better. Also, you don't want the microphone this way. It's always wrong to do professional audio this way. Get the microphone as close as possible. So when somebody says P, you know, Peter, Paul, you know, P, pa, 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 pa. It's pretty decent as well. I've seen some microphones that you just like pretty much blow your headphone out when you have those P words right there. So even this, it controls pretty good. And here is also something very important to test, how noisy the actual wire is, because the Sony, Sennheiser, you know, the expensive lavaliers and also the microphones that cost in excess of $150 if you want to replace the cable, right? So this particular microphone here also surprised me because the insulation on the wire here is pretty decent. It's not something compared to the Sony, Sennheiser, Electrosonics, but check it out. I've seen some cheap cables that as soon as you touch here, it's like somebody's like slapping you in the face, but it's pretty quiet. So what happens is, when you have somebody wearing the microphone here, as the cable moves, you see there's no, you know, it's pretty decent. Now let's do another test here without the phone to see what the plosive is going to sound like. Paparazzi, 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 paparazzi. Sounds pretty good to me. Another thing here that actually blew my mind, because my Sonys and Sennheisers, they don't do this here that I'm going to show you here. So I'm actually switching the frequency. And in less than half a second, the thing actually talks to this guy here and updates without you having to go over there and change. Another one. And another one. I wish my Sony and my Sennheiser did this because, you know, in our case, let's say you're shooting a wedding, you gotta find the groom, take this thing out of his pocket, and then update the new frequency over there. But this one here, it just does it automatically. So why is this $115 thing doing this and my $1,500 lavalier system doesn't? Don't know. So with this microphone here, I had the volume 25 on this Tascam DR100 Mark II, and this one here is a lot louder, a lot harder than this microphone here, even though this one is also a hot microphone. This is a condenser cardioid, super cardioid microphone. So right now I'm at volume 10 here, and right now I have the gain all the way to 0. You know, not really 0, but you know what I'm saying. So right now it sounds this way here, about almost touching the 12. Now pressing the power button here quickly, now it's at volume 8. Actually, let's see what the volume 10 does. It takes a couple of seconds to update, so this is actually my voice at the volume 10. And then you press the power button again. Let's see, volume 0, it sounds this way here. And right now I'm at the way below there, and then adjust to the volume 2, and then you have this reading right here. And let's do volume 5. So we are at this particular level here. And let's see volume 8, testing 1, 2, 3. So I'm actually hitting the 12 dB mark there. So if your sound is too hot here, all I have to do is to attenuate the gain here, which is very nice. Usually I leave it at number 8. To me, it actually serves the best option here. But if you need it lower, you know what to do. Now it's time to show you guys the actual range of this here. It's claimed to operate up to 100 feet, and I can't wait to test it because I'm going to be testing with you guys because I have not done this properly yet. So let's go outside and see what's going on. Alright, so right now I'm in the field here, testing the actual thing here. So I'm actually wearing a suit jacket here to simulate a wedding or a CEO being interviewed, which means the device is going to be in a pocket, which also contributes to blocking signal, right? So I'm going to be walking about 100 feet or 30 meters to see the range of this thing here. I'm actually going to be walking in meters, which is about something like this here, 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, okay? Which is about 100 feet. So that's about 10 meters, and I'm looking right here, so it should be a very clean signal, right? So I'm gonna turn around, and it should still be clear. So I'm on a field here with a little bit of wind and an open field, so this will be actually the best way to test this lavalier microphone here. That's about 20 meters, and I'm not sure how I sound, but it should sound pretty good because I tested this before a little bit, going to my neighbor's house. So I'm actually going to be turning around, and there's a motorcycle noise, people talking here. So this is the perfect day to test this. There's a little bit of wind going on here, just a breeze, but you know, there's some wind. So let's do the thing further. I'm actually going to block the receiver right now here, the transmitter. See how that sounds. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is the actual 30 meters. I'm exactly 100 feet away from the thing. So turn around here. And I'm going to go walk back towards the camera. And that should sound pretty good. So all I need really, I mean, most of you guys at this distance here, who needs to go all the way over there, right? So that's in the extreme cases. So if this works right here, about 20 meters away, I'm sold on this. I'm pretty good. So that's the test. So at this distance here, about 20 meters, I'm actually facing in front of the camera here. So there's no obstruction except for my jacket here. So I think there is no problem, no noise, no hissing, no dropouts, as I was filming this before here. So maybe if I turn around, maybe occasionally you're gonna have a little bits of a little something, whatever that this thing is gonna be doing here. But you know, most cases, this is the distance that I will ever need for this thing. So anything past that point over there, I don't know, as you can hear, so you have a little bit of a noise. Like if I continue here, I'm actually gonna go this way with the mic facing towards you guys. So I'm actually 30 or 34 meters away here. So again, with the transmitter facing the camera there, I don't think there's any issues here. So if I turn around here, maybe there's an issue. So like I said, this distance here, who would need to go beyond this point here for normal situations, right? So even here, about, I don't know, 15 meters away from the camera. So that's the end of my review here. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you want to give me the thumbs up, that tells me that I'm doing a good job here. So once again, thank you very much for your time. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you next time.